Welcome to New Hampshire's Business. I'm Fred Coker. New Hampshire is launching a whole new approach to economic development. We're going to talk to my guest about that in a minute, but here's just a general idea of what it's going to look like. New Hampshire's new economic agenda outline. The needs of current New Hampshire businesses will come first, but we'll be making a compelling case for new businesses, recruiting talent, which we badly need, connecting education and training to employers and jobs, and global markets. And there's more. But here's the quote from the Commissioner of the New Hampshire Department of Business and Economic Affairs. My goal is to build this new system and create an economy that is resilient, vibrant, collaborative, intentional, and protects what we love best about New Hampshire. And that would be Taylor Caswell, the Commissioner of the Department of Business and Economic Affairs, who's sitting right here. Welcome.
Hey, Fred.
This whole new approach, you want to modernize our approach. How do you do that?
Well, I mean, really, we have to start from a place where, we have traditionally done just pretty much economic development by doing business recruitment, where we go out and we work with different businesses, we take a couple of years, we work with them to come to the state, and we do some unemployment training and that sort of thing. What we're doing now under our new department is really broadening that mission, and we're looking at how do we get people to come here? How do we get them to stay here? How do we get them to open businesses? But how do we really focus on the needs of our businesses that are here right now? And that's something that we're going to be paying a lot more attention to.
And how do you make a compelling case for that? I mean, we have a great place to live, a great place to bring up a family, frankly, a great place to work. But that message has to go outside the borders of New Hampshire to those companies that might come here.
It does, and that's really a key point of what we're going to be focused on. We now have within our department the Division of Travel and Tourism that has done a great job over the last couple of years at really attracting a lot of people to come to New Hampshire based on a lot of market research, a lot of strategic outreach and marketing. We're going to launch onto that with our new economic development plan to also attract people, to attract businesses, telling the same story about how we have such a great economy, a good business environment, and really truly the best lifestyle assets.
Of course, the key word in all of this is called workforce, right?
Yeah.
And interesting, the New Hampshire Economic and Labor Market Information Bureau has come out with some numbers. The shortage, they say, of workforce is between the ages of 20 and 55, but not over 65, because 65 and over, the workers are increasing. The participation rate is increasing. That's kind of odd.
Well, yes and no. I think what we're definitely targeting, as far as the marketing outreach that we're doing, that younger generation, because we're looking at a large segment of the population that is making lifestyle decisions right now, where they're going to live, where they're going to raise their family. But in terms of the the older populations that we're seeing continue to participate in our labor markets, that's great, and we're going to be working with local organizations and with our Department of Employment Security to find connections for those people to continue to stay in the workplace or in their community or in a nonprofit.
I'm one of them.
Yes, you are, and you're doing great.
Great, so far. Now, partnerships. You were talking about partnerships between business and education.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that for a minute, because that is really on the ascent in this state.
This is huge for me. I mean, we've got to have what I call the triangle. It's got to be fully functional. We need to have the state working with employers, working with all of our academic institutions on not just a nice, meeting every couple of months, but on something functional, something that actually starts to connect the dots between what we do to recruit students to come here, how we get them to stay here, how we get them internships, how we find the jobs, and all of the pieces that need to go together. We have all the pieces. We just need to make the lines a little stronger.
I know you're not an economist, but you're close to it. On a scale of 1 to 10 right now, with 10 being the best, how would you rank the New Hampshire economy?
I'm going to put us in an 8 or a 9 right now. We're really doing very well. With the number of companies that we're seeing coming here, I often say once it's an announcement, 3 times it's a trend. We've really gone beyond that at this point.
Okay, especially with the Dean Kamen initiative, regenerative medicine.
Yeah, Manchester is really leading the way these days.
Okay. Thank you. Taylor Caswell, the Commissioner of the Department of Business and Economic Affairs. Thanks.
Bye, Fred.
If you want to listen to some of that again, you can go to WMUR, I'll get it out, WMUR.com, click on menu up the top left-hand corner, then click on local news, and then scroll down to us at New Hampshire's Business.